What's up, guys? This is Pastor D coming to you from right outside Nicaragua. You can see it right there, that little thing that's pointing out that kind of looks like a dinosaur depending on how you look at it. That's North America, Central America. That's where Nicaragua is. Big gap right there. I'm thinking that's the Panama Canal. That's all Jimmy Carter's fault, the reason that thing's so big, South America. But Nicaragua is in Central America. It's actually the poorest country in Central America. And I'm excited to talk to you a little bit about this Amigos for Christ trip that we're planning on taking in August. And we're going to take another trip either in October or January, depending on how many people get signed up for this trip. So I've been on a lot of trips in my life like this. God has moved big time every time I've went. I remember the first time I went to India. And I thought it was just a God-forsaken place. And when I showed up and I saw people just absolutely in love with Jesus, who had nothing, and they depended on God for everything, it changed my life. And the same thing happened last month when I got to go to Nicaragua, to Chinandega, and we went to a few villages, and we were able to do what Life Point does, point people to life in Jesus. And at the same time, the projects themselves and the people in these countries, they point you to Jesus. So I'm excited about the spiritual side of this trip. I'm excited that you're interested in the trip. Many of you were personally invited, and it's not an accident. I think there's a reason that you were invited. So I'm excited. I'll go really quickly on this video because I know it's going to be hard to keep your attention over this video, even though I got this awesome backdrop and I'm such an awesome communicator. But I'm going to go really quickly. Amigos for Christ is doing some amazing things. They've been in Nicaragua for 15 years. Nicaragua is the poorest country in Central America. There's 5.9 million people that live there, and out of that 5.9, 3.7 million, 63% live off less than $2 a day. 1.1 million, 19% live off of $1 a day. And you'll see in the other video that I attached, Amigos for Christ has a plan to help these people get to where they're earning $15 a day. Another problem they have is 60% of the rural water supplies are contaminated. Again, Amigos for Christ, you'll see in this video, they have a great plan to help the communities help themselves and get 100 gallons of fresh water to every house. It's not only important to have a well in the community, but to have water to the house allows the kids to go to school and not have to walk for water and do all those things. A lot of these folks are very malnourished, and they have a lot of health issues because of the way they prepare food, and they cook in their home, and all the carbon monoxide stays in the house. Again, Amigos for Christ has modern kitchens and modern bathrooms, and they remove parasites and get carbon monoxide out of the homes. It's just an amazing thing that we're going to get to be a part of. So I'm pretty excited about that. Go to amigosforchrist.org and you'll see a lot of that stuff. You'll also see the stats on Nicaragua on the children that don't make it past sixth grade, 477,000. Don't make it past sixth grade. And that's a big deal because when they get old enough, they just start helping around the house, and they don't further their education, and they don't earn money, and it's an issue. And the organization that we're partnering with really helps. And they spend a lot of time with the folks, so that allows them to share the love of Christ with them. A couple of things about this trip itself. If you're a logistical person, there's a lot of logistics, and I like to share logistics. I believe this trip is more spiritual than logistic, but you will need to know for planning. A lot of you guys take off work and school and things like that. So August the 9th through the 16th is when we're going. We'll leave at 7:10 in the morning on the 9th. We get there at their local time, 12:48, which is an hour behind our time. So it's just 1 o'clock their time. We're 1 hour off here. And then we'll come back the next Saturday. We'll leave there at 7:45 in the morning and get back to Wilmington at around 8:30 at night. So logistically, if you're taking off time from work or you're planning around the church serving schedule, it's a Saturday to Saturday trip. Also want to let you know we're going to Chinandega, Nicaragua. So we'll fly into Managua. We'll drive about 2 hours via buses to Chinandega, and that'll be our home base for the week. This trip, the August trip, is going to have 55 people on it. And we do have already about 75 or 78 signed up. I don't want you to get discouraged at all and think, hey, I'm going to back out. If God wants you to be on this trip, you follow through, and God will have you on this trip. We're going to take the first 55 that turn in their deposits, and that's going to be the list that we're working off of. The ones after that will be on a waiting list. If anybody has to back out or we get more tickets, which we've asked for, you'll be on this August trip. If not, we're planning another trip right behind this one. So don't back down. Don't let money be an issue. We're going to raise money together to go on this trip. People give money to those they love. They give money to projects they love. We're all going to send out support letters. If you're blessed enough that you can pay for this trip out of your pocket, I would encourage you to still send support letters and give it to the team because everybody's going to be raising money. So send your support letters out. Think of the most people that you can think of, friends and family. Tell them what's going on. Tell them to write a check to Life Point Church and write Nicaragua trip on there and put your name. And we're going to help the team get to Nicaragua. We're going to have meetings once we establish our 55 and our waiting list. We're going to have meetings that we're going to grow closer to each other. And we're going to get ready for what God wants to do in our lives. So look forward to that. Here's the dates that you need to hit. The first money is due pretty much immediately. $100 will be the deposit that locks in a plane ticket for you. Delta's worked with us, and they're only charging us $100 by next week to start off with. So you need to have your money in by the 17th. But again, the first 55 that get their money in, that's how we're going to start creating the list that we're working off of. And if you don't get on this trip, that first $100 won't be, it'll be refunded to you. After we start going, there's some forms I'll send you. Money's non-refundable after we start going, and it'll go towards somebody on the trip if for some reason you have to back out. So make sure that you read the documents. I'm going to have a couple of video links after this video in the email. One of them is what Amigos for Christ does. I encourage you to watch it. It's only like 4 minutes, but it's some pretty amazing things they do. There's another short video. It's about a minute, and it's actually them filming our gang when we were there doing some work. So you get to see some of the people from Life Point doing some work when they were there. And also attached to this document is just a little covenant as a missions team member of things that we want you to start doing in your life and committing to as we prepare to go on this trip. So make sure you look at those documents, sign them, be ready to get them back. It talks about the way that we're going to raise funds and all those things. It's going to talk about the trip too, though, like what we're expecting out of the trip. So make sure you look at what we send. And always, if you've got any questions, Daryl@lifepointnow.com. Call me at the office, email me. I'm available to you. I want to help you get on this trip or one of the next ones. So let me know if you've got anything. Appreciate you guys, and we'll get a meeting rescheduled as soon as possible. But get that $100 in, and as they come in, we will prioritize the list. Next, the 18th of February, we'll publish the list in the order that it came in and who's on the waiting list. Thank you guys. If you got any questions, let me know. Thanks.